Okay, we're live. We are live here at Unique Foundations with the Quiet Storm Group. I'm just going to wait a few minutes, give everyone time to chime in to get on. As you come on, say hello, give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, let us know that you are joining us. And so at this time, we want to ask everyone to please share this video with your friends, your family, your co-workers, your business partners, whoever you think or believe could use this valuable information, because we're going to be sharing with you some great information that you can take advantage of and that you can use here at Unique Foundations. So we'll wait a few minutes. Everyone that wants to share this video, please go ahead and do so now. We are live. All right. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, this is Angela Hayes, your CEO and founder, the founding member here of Unique Foundations Enterprise, where we enrich, encourage, empower individuals and educate individuals on their life journey of purpose. We are here once again as we present an extension of who we are and what we do. Is community connection. So we are connecting again to our community. And when we say community, we are talking about individuals that we have a network with, the ones that we love, the ones that we have connected with, and we just want to bring things to you that would be beneficial. We here at Unique Foundations, we give knowledge. That's a lot of what we do, and we'll be doing a lot of that here this evening with you, with the Quiet Storm Group. We like to add value to you. Anything that will increase you, anything that will make you better, make your life better, make your business better, make your finances better, make your business better. That's what we do here at Unique Foundations. And one last thing that we love to do is we are adding to your bottom line. So anytime anything is added to your bottom line, guess what? You increase in your finances, you increase in your intellectual property. So you can take these things that you learn and that you receive and apply it. Make application to your life. Make application to someone else's life. Because after all, God, whatever God gives us, He didn't give it to us for us to keep it, to hoard it, but He gave it to us that we would be kingdom wealth distributors, that we would give into the lives of individuals. So that's one of our purposes here in the earth, on the earth. God has called us to be, is to be kingdom wealth distributors, while we can bless other people's lives and empower them with these messages. And I am so excited. I'm super excited to introduce and bring to you a dynamic team. They came and they presented last year, I believe, the Quiet Storm Group. They are phenomenal. They are experts in their industry and what they do. And we have them here back again with community connections. As you can see, our network is full of a wealth and a plethora of people that are great and awesome in what they do. And they will be sharing with you great opportunities about protecting your families. Those of you, we all have family. We come from a family. We're in a family. Some of us may not like the family that we in, but guess what? We can help our families with this information that's going to be shared here today. We have children, we have grandchildren, nieces and nephews, and the extended family, and the list goes on and on. So we have a power couple here that'll be talking to you about doing business together as a couple, as a married couple. So we're excited to hear from them. the Collins Group. So I'm going to let everybody tell you a little about themselves, and the one and only Miss Dolores Floyd, my business constituent that I met a few years ago, and we've been connected ever since. So I want to turn this over into her hands as she has them to introduce themselves. They're going to tell you a little about themselves and what they do. And I ask that you would please go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe there, and also follow this page, Unique Foundations, and also my personal page at Angela Hayes. So, Miss Dolores, is on you.
Good evening, and thank you, Miss Angela Hayes, for inviting us once again. We're so excited to be a part of this incredible service that you have for the community. And as you know, we are the Quiet Storm Group. We are all independent business owners. And what's so great about we work as a team, and it's so exciting to be here to share some great things. We have a couple that I'm going to introduce because they got things they have to leave and take care of because they know how important this business is. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this call over to Tracy and Veronica Collins of Collins Group.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Dolores. Thank you, Angela, for having us today. We are so delighted to be able to come on and to share some of our experiences in the insurance business as a couple. It can be challenging at times. My name's Tracy. It's Veronica. Veronica brought me into the business. I'm a retired pastor, and it's been an awesome journey. I think one thing about it, we've always worked together. Just because I was a pastor, that was kind of like, I work for myself. There wasn't one of them situations where I was punching the clock. So I've been in the realm of working for myself for a number of years. And Veronica was right there with me. And so people always ask, how do you guys work together and y'all together 24/7? I said, we have a good therapist.
That's good.
But all jokes aside, we respect each other's territory. One thing we've learned through the years and some tools that we've picked up along the way is that we've discovered our roles in the business and the type of people we are in the business. Veronica is the salesperson. I'm the more technical side of the business when it comes to promotions and marketing. That's that's what I just really love to do. And when it comes down to selling, I am licensed and I'm able to do that. And it works out well. I think we have a very good schedule. We juggle a couple of 2 or 3 businesses, but overall we keep a roof over our head. The Bentley is coming. It's coming. It's not here yet, but it's coming. I see it in the future. But it's been great. I mean, I like working with my wife, and as I was stating, we discovered roles also with personality. When a husband and a wife work together, you have to be able to set the business aside and remember the relationship. We have a business relationship, but then we have a relationship as a husband and wife. And Veronica is the river in the relationship. And I'm the dam in the relationship. And so when the river gets to flowing too forceful, I have to, the dam is there to say, hey, hold up, slow it down. You're about to break a leak here. We don't want you to splash over the dam. And so, we're able to come together, we sit down and we talk and about the business. Veronica is the guru. I have to give her props. She is the guru in this latest venture that we're in Final Expense. I'm gonna let her talk because once I get started, I can't stop.
And
And
you
you
know,
told me we didn't have to leave till 6:15. Let me stop.
Well, thank you, husband, and thank you, Dolores and Miss Angela.
Hey, Apostle.
One of the most important things that I wanted to say today, I get excited when I think about my husband and I working together. But one of the exciting things about working together is that you actually you bounce a lot of ideas off of each other. You don't have to wait till the end of the day. So we can debrief after every appointment, basically. So we don't have to wait till the end of the day to debrief and figure out, okay, we did this, we can't do this again. We did that, we should have done this. So we debrief quickly while, between that last appointment to the next appointment and figure out what we should do. And one of the most exciting things about being in business for yourself, just being in business for yourself, you write your own check, you write your own schedule, and writing your own schedule, you can push yourself as much as you can. And he talked about the river flowing. I'm the river, and that's because I'm pretty much I get very aggressive when it comes to reaching my goals. And so when I make the goal, set the goal, then I look at him and say, okay, this is our goal for this month. We got to make it. And so these are the things I have to do. I need to leave the house by 8:00, be in my first door at 9. And I'm real forceful with that, trying to make sure that we get it all done. But my husband is right there with me. We are arm in arm, hand in hand. And anyone that's listening today, if you are married and you think you want to do something together, being in the insurance business, what we do is a great avenue. Because you write your own schedule. So your husband is only free in the evenings, where you can do it in the evening. If your husband is only free on the weekends, then you can do it on the weekends. So those things can work for you, and there is money in this business.
Yeah, because the bottom line is when you have two sources, when you can take two straws and put it in a Coke and draw out of it, that's like, we're not dipping out of the same well. It's the same well, but we getting all we can, and we can and all we can get.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes. So can I ask you all a question?
Yes, ma'am.
So what has been one of your greatest challenges as a married couple in the business?
Did all the grown folks on this call? No, I'm just joking. I would think the greatest challenge for me in the business relationship is that I don't move as fast as Veronica does. Veronica is a bump, 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 bump person. Let's take this slow and easy because we're going to get there. It's no point in burning myself out to get to where I can see where I'm going.
Yes.
So I want to take it easy and get there so I can enjoy it when I get there.
Awesome. Yeah. So that sounds like you all balance each other out really well. So that's a very good point that you bring out about the river and the dam, the sales person and the technical person, because that balance, is there. And I know I'm not married, but I'm sure that being balanced is very important in the business as a couple.
Right. And a lot of times you try to separate the two, but it's impossible at times because that's your bud, that's your partner. And it's not like you leave the office and leave the office at the office, because the office is everywhere you go. And I would say, I lost that thought. Go ahead.
Well, let me just pick up. I would say that once you leave, and you still have to separate to the point that you have a couple times. We have something that we do once a week,
Yeah.
and it is enjoyable to us. I have a daughter that sings, and she has her own band, live music. So we take out on Wednesdays and go to the restaurant where she performs, and we check her out every Wednesday. So that's our date night, so to speak, that we are actually getting away from talking on the phone, making appointments and doing all those things. And we relax and we can chill out and listen to her do her performance. And by the way, the name of her band is Soul Tree. And she just auditioned for the SOS band to be their new lead singer. And we're waiting. She was number 3 of 8 in the last group. So we're excited and praying and hoping that she makes that transition, because she's excited. She's a very talented young lady, and I'm just giving her props.
Yeah, that's good. That's what parents do, and we wish her well as well. So that's awesome. So I love that you bring out those points, because in life, period, and especially I'm sure being married, that you still have to have, like you say, that time for business, but then you also have to have that time for fun and entertainment where you all just, enjoy each other.
Yeah.
That's the beauty.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Well, I want to say, because you guys are a couple, y'all have double finances, double coming together and being able to, like you say, figure out what you did and what you didn't do, as compared to us, Angela, we single, we just have to figure it out by ourselves. But what I want you to do, this beautiful couple, because you are couples, we want couples to reach out to you. Please give them your number.
Yes.
Okay, so you can reach out to us we don't have a website, but we have a Facebook page. It's Veronica Collins on Facebook.
The TNV Collins group.
The TNV Collins group on Facebook. You can reach out to us by phone number 281-995-5026 is the number where you can reach out to us. And there's no experience necessary. So if you don't have any experience and you want another stream of income, then just give us a call and we'll be too happy to help you take a look at this avenue and see if it's a good fit for you. Thank you.
Say that number one more time. Say that number one more time.
All right. Our number that we can be reached is 281-995-5026. The TNV Collins Group.
Woo!
Awesome. Thank you. I love the name. I love the name.
Excited. Thank y'all, couples. Y'all did a marvelous, beautiful job. And I'm just sure y'all gonna have the phone's gonna be flowing with couples coming in. And now the next person I'm gonna introduce to you guys, we're talking about couples in business. We're talking about now families. Why is it so important to put your family in insurance to be protected? So without further ado, I'm going to turn this call over to Apostle Claude, and he's going to share with you about putting families in the business and why it's so important.
Awesome. Welcome, Apostle Claude. He's having some technical issues right now, Miss Dolores.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Well, while he's coming in, I'm just going to share with you why insurance? And my question is, why not insurance? Why do you have insurance? To do what? To protect your family. Mm-hmm. You have it on your cars. You have it on your homes. You have it in the business. But what about yourself or your particular family members? Mm-hmm. Why is it so important to have this insurance? It is important to have the insurance because it does what? It protects your family. Mm-hmm. It brings peace of mind to the family. It also helps to eliminate stress. It eliminates financial burdens. Have y'all ever gone through, and I'm just going to be honest with you, I have. 5 months ago, when my son was murdered, I had no idea that I'm going to see him one morning and he was going to be gone the same day. And I'll tell you, I thank God for this business because I had him in insurance. And by having him in insurance, you know, we going through homicide with the, you know, all of the investigating, but at the same time, he's covered, you guys. He's covered. And it not only stopped there. After what happened, my family members started saying, calling me, protect me, sign me up, put me in this insurance, Mom, put me in this insurance, Auntie, whatever it takes, because tomorrow is not promised. It's better to have something that you don't need than to need it and not have it. When y'all agree with me, the couples that y'all talking about insurance, it is so important that you understand that this is something that we know we are born to what? We're born to die. We're born to die. But at the same time, are you protected? Are you, you know, going through the process of saying, did I cover my family? Did I cover myself? And here we say, protect your family. And if you need my service, and you heard the Collins, they gave out their number, please feel free and I can answer any of your questions. Call me at 832-949-5818. Again, my number is 832-949-5818. Remember, you are in charge of your family. You are in control of your family. What is that you need is now. And I can't see my messages because I'm on the phone, but Veronica, if you had something you want to share real quick.
Go ahead. Okay, can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, one of the things I guess I could also add to being in business as a couple is goal setting. We learned some time ago that there are several types of goals that you should have as couples, and then the goals that you're trying to reach together. One of my personal goals was to lose some weight. Okay. But then we have a couple's goals to buy a new home, purchase a new car, those things. And then in the business, we have a goal that we've set to be 6-figure income earners. And in order to do that, you can't bite it at one time, so you got to take it little by little. I see Apostle is back on. I'm gonna shut down so he can, if his mic is on, he can go ahead and talk because I see he's blinking in and out. I want to hear from him. I'm excited.
Yes.
Apostle, are you there?
Apostle, are you? Can you hear us, Apostle? I think he's frozen again.
He's frozen again.
Yeah, but keep flowing, Miss Veronica, because what you are sharing about goals,
there he is.
Is very, very important. We'll wait till you come back in. But
okay, so goal setting is one of the most important things in any business, and actually, even if we were not in business, goal setting as couples is important. And so because we're in business and we learned how to goal set some time ago as a couple, as our individual goals, we don't do that New Year's resolution thing. We set our goals and we say, okay, this is what we need to do. We talk about it, we write it down, we have our vision board. We are set to make things happen. And you can't bite it off, finish it off in a snap. Yeah, I am that person that likes to do it in the quickness, but you can't do it that fast all the time. So you got to take it day by day, week by week, month by month, and it's going to happen. And as you build up, like we're building our team right now, we're building a team of couples as well as singles. It doesn't matter, but couples are, I guess, our passion because we relate to couples.
Because we're a couple, and we are the type of couple that believes in the principles that, I mean, yeah, we have single friends, but we kind of gravitate and we like to hang out with, you gravitate to what you are. Right. And so that has been, that's why we do that. And because couples need support from one another. And there's support that a single person can't give me. Unless you've been there. If you've been there and you got at least 30 years in the game, then we can talk. But marriage is serious, man. Whether you have the paper or not, when you're in a monogamous relationship, it takes work. As Iyanla Vanzant says, you have to do the work.
Do the work.
You do. You really do. And we continue to do the work to self-improve. I know she does, because she has this many books on the side of her bed, and I'm always a therapist because that's how I self-improve. I know you laugh at it, but that therapy has helped us because we have reached impasses where, okay, we need a greater source than the pastor or the ministry leader. We need somebody trained in this area to, get us through this. And I highly recommend couples to, take care of their mental health. If y'all don't stay together, y'all finna get, it's just like we have to go to the doctor for our physical when we get sick. I feel the same way for the mental aspect of the human or the biological or anatomical makeup or whatever you want to say.
Yeah. And I appreciate y'all for sharing that, because that's why I wanted Veronica to keep talking, because she was going right along there talking about goal setting and doing things a little at a time, that individuals have to know that in business or whatever goal that you set, it doesn't happen overnight. And that is one of my strategies that I use. Bite off the big elephant a little at a time. That's how you conquer that. And when you establish that in your mind, then you'll see yourself progressing little by little, but it takes time. And wouldn't everybody agree on the platform that what is one of the greatest things that we have to have is patience?
That's it. I totally agree. Yeah.
When you're building something, like you said, you're building your team, you're building your business. And so we have to have patience to build, because it's going to all yield a good result. And as you go along, you're yielding a good result, because you are touching lives, you are changing lives. And going back to Miss Dolores' story about her son, my goodness.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't? And that's why we're here today, audience, to let you know the importance of changing to adding life insurance to your life and to your family, and sharing this with individuals, because as Ms. Dolores has shared about her situation 5 months ago with her son, it was on the news. Many of you saw it. It was on the news. She didn't expect to get a phone call that morning about her son had just been, been murdered. But if you already have these things in place, she had it in place. So at least with all the grief that she had coming on, at least that part of it was taken care of. And so that's what we're just pressing to you today, our audience, those of you that are listening now, and those of you that will come back to listen to this video. Please insure yourself. Reach out to these couples, Tracy, Miss the Collins. Reach out to Miss Dolores Floyd, Apostle Charles, and they can walk you through and get you set up and get in what you need for your life. Because we came here, we living now, but we all will certainly die. Apostle
Yeah.
Charles is back, so we have great things that everyone has been sharing. So, Apostle Charles, you tell us a little about yourself. Tell everyone a little about yourself, and just go with it, man of God.
Well, praise God. I hope you guys can hear me. I know this is a God move because I never have problems with this internet connection. So we just, first of all, thank God for allowing us to be on the platform. Thank you for having us back. I like to say Dr. Hayes. And so I'm just thankful to be here. I wasn't able to hear the Collins, but I know them personally, and we work together, so I know how dynamic they are. Dr. Floyd is our fearless leader, and I know she has a lot to bring to the table. I'm sure that she's been able to share as well. I just wanted to talk with us tonight just briefly about family and that aspect of insurance. I'm not sure if anybody else touched on that or not, or so. I just kind of want to add to that. One thing that I love about the product that we have is our flagship product, which is Legacy. And Legacy, to me, is a product that nobody else is able to offer. And one of the unique features that I always ask policyholders about is making a policy, individual policy, into a family policy. And what I mean by that, with the Legacy product, it allows us to add family members onto some of the benefits of that policy for free. So here's an example. So if we have we have a household of 5, and maybe the mom and dad, or maybe the dad wants to get a policy, but for whatever reason at that moment they can't get a policy for every family member. Legacy allows us to attach family members to certain parts of that policy that allows them to again transform that from an individual policy to a family policy. Huge benefit because it covers everybody in the household, but it also gives them the ability, or us the ability, to continue that relationship until they're able to actually get individual policies on everyone else. So very big piece. We know family is one of the greatest institutions that God put on this earth. And there's so many quote unquote variations of family out there right now. But I love this policy, this product, because it covers everybody from, as I like to say, from the womb to the tomb. It covers you up to from 0 to 85. And so it allows for a family to come in and actually protect the entire household. I literally just had a policy holder 2 weeks ago, had a family member pass, young man, I think he was 41. Wow. No medical issues, nothing like that. Found him, one of his children found him deceased on a Sunday morning, I believe it was. And the policy holder was she gave me a call, and we were able to get her in touch with Legacy, and they were able to go in and apply the discounted funeral product, where it would have cost them, thousands of dollars. They were able to use that Legacy piece and get it down to right under $1,000 for the funeral products. And then they set up the memorial service and all those other things. And that's just an example of the savings that we can give to a family. One of the other things I love is the community aspect, because, and I'm not sure if anybody touched on this or not, but one thing that we love to do is, once we service the family, once we've got a family member, because we call them family members and not policyholders. But once we service the family member, they come aboard. We want to talk to neighbors. We not only want to talk to, family. We want to, once I get out that door, I'm going to go to the neighbor to the left and the right and across the street. I want to talk to who you are communing with, who's in the community with you because this is a product that, again, you know, everybody needs. And so one of the biggest things about the family is it actually brings people together. Another quick story, and then I guess we can move on. Is I had a young lady that I call a young lady. I think she was 72, and so we had a great conversation. And she said, "Baby, you know, let me call my son." Called my son. We talked for 15 minutes, and here I am now. The son is you know, because he's inquisitive. Mom, what you doing over there? And we got through telling him exactly what we were offering, what she had, the benefits that she was going to be getting. He was like, "Man, sign me up, bring me aboard." And out of that particular conversation, I was able to talk to 4 other family members, and so that's just a, you know, like I said, from the side of the insurance policy as well as the legacy piece, again, which I think across the industry nobody else is able to offer. That legacy piece actually puts families in the best position they can possibly be in. And that's what I really love about that, because it brings about, again, that community aspect. It allows you to go in from one place to the other, spreading the opportunity of insurance.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah. I was hearing so much when you were talking. And what would you say to someone that says, okay, well, I work, I have life insurance at work?
Great question. Great question. My first response is going to be, that's great. It's great. But you understand that there are some stipulations that come along with that insurance. Oftentimes in those scenarios, if you leave, if you get, you know, whatever the case, if you're no longer connected to that particular employer, guess what? Those benefits leave. Not only that, most of those scenarios, it's pretty hard to really get that policy in place if that life event happens. So those are some of the drawbacks. That the other thing that I always say when that question comes up, and it comes up often, is, well, does it really touch your household, or does it? And I stand from there, because we need to understand that, you know, in the days that we live in, you have just as many parents that are having to take care of children as you do children having to take care of parents when that life event happens. And so we want to fully prepare. We don't want to just cover one family member. We want to cover the entire family. And yeah, with those situations, it's great. That would be your extra. You know, so let's get this squared away. Everybody's taken care of, and then you still have your extra if that life event happens.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in coordinates with what you were saying, Apostle Charles, it was earlier this year. I was actually at a meeting with Miss Fran. And I know Miss Fran Fleming is in the business with you all. Yes. There was an individual, a former police officer that I work with, and he actually did a policy. And then she talked to him about exactly what you're talking about now, about bringing that whole family in. And he did that. He added his wife's sons, and she had like 3 sons. Do you all know that the following week, there was a sudden incident, the son passed away?
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So what we're saying here, people, are real. I mean, these are real life situations, case scenarios. And the most important thing is you want to be prepared. You want your family covered. Right. My family, they already know anything happens to Angela, all they have to do is call Legacy.
That's it. Can't wait. We can't wait. The time is now. The time is now to get it done. Not only the world we live in, but just in general. Good, taking care of family. This is a piece that has to be in place, and it's not tomorrow. It's not next week. It's not next month. It's not waiting for everybody to get together. No, we need to get this done now, because again, and we already know the word tells us that we don't know when that time will come, but it will come. It will come. And so we need to make sure that, you know, if we sit down talking about it. And that's the biggest piece of the puzzle, is having the conversation. If we're in the conversation, let's get this done while we're in the conversation right now. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Apostle, don't forget to give us your number. Reach out and let them know who you are and how to reach you.
Yes. So my name is Apostle Claude Charles, and you can reach me at 741-5150. Again, I am a part of the QSG group, that are known as the Quiet Storm Group, and we are in the business of helping our community.
Say that number one more time.
832-741-5150. 832-741-5150.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome.
Mr.
And
Collins. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Lewis. Go ahead. I saw Mr. Collins' hands up. He wanted to add.
Okay.
Oh, I just wanted to piggyback on what he was saying about community. What we do, the conversation has to be started somewhere in the community to change the mindset, especially in our community where insurance is concerned, because a lot of them will tell you, I don't care what happens to me, but just throw me in a ditch somewhere, or they're in this thing called a funeral home. The legacy piece, you don't have to call a funeral home. They'll handle it all. They'll handle it for you. And I think that's one of the greatest things that the industry, and I haven't seen anything else like it.
Right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That concierge.
I'm glad to be able to be on this forum today to say to our listeners, it's so important for you to take care of you. That's your responsibility. Don't leave that on your family.
Thank you.
You could, if you already have life insurance, that's what it's for. The people who are going to be alive when you die.
Right.
Get a legacy piece and a small policy enough to bury you with decency, as we would say in our community. We want a decent funeral. Seriously.
That's real.
We've got to. I think that's one of the things we do. We do educate the community.
Yes, absolutely. And I appreciate you all for being that mouthpiece, that God has chosen to distribute, this education. Miss Veronica, go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to also tag along. One of the extensions, my husband is retired now, and so our ministry work never stopped. Right. So by us being in the community, I feel like it's our ministry to continue to educate, minister. We minister to people, whether it sounds like it or not. We still are ministering to people that, one, don't know what to do.
Right.
Two, they need some type of guidance. And so in ministry, we were always guiding them to Christ. And as we are out in the community teaching, because I tell people all the time, whether you buy the product or not, you're going to pass that way. We came in dying. So we came into this world dying. So we want to get you prepared for it. We don't want you to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, retirements, baby showers, vacations, and not have your celebration in place for your final destination.
Right.
And your final destination is in heaven. And so we're trying to get out there in the community and tell as many people as we can. It's not always about in ministry, it's not always about money. It's about who we can touch.
Yes.
And we sometimes touch people and change their minds about cremation, because they didn't really understand the difference in cremation and having a traditional service. So it's a lot of things go together and link together as we're out there in the community, showing them legacy assurance, showing them what final expense is. So if you're listening tonight, you want to know that we're in your community. Wherever your community is, we're there.
Yes.
So if you're going to call any one of us, we can be in your community the next day.
Yes.
To help you and your community get it together.
Yeah. I want to piggyback on what Veronica said about goals, Angela. My topic basically is insurance. Why insurance? Why not insurance? And the thing is that we set not only goals, we set our budget. Every month we put a budget together.
Good point.
You pay your rent, you pay your mortgage, you pay your light bill, you pay your water bill, you pay your gas bill, you pay your auto bill. But we forget about ourselves.
Come on.
We need to stress and put it in our mind. I need to budget my own personal life insurance policy. You need to understand how important it is that your family needs to be part of this legacy, be a part of that budget, and encourage them. We talk to them about everything else. Talk to them. You know, our forefathers they lived on talking about policies, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
That was the key of their conversation. Now it just died off. We need to pick it back up and bring it back on, put it back on the table, because everything they said, y'all, even though I'm a licensed insurance agent, I'm a living witness. When he said legacy works, you guys, it was devastating for me. But legacy stepped up in that cold, you know, in February, we had that snow. Like water was out, gas was out, people couldn't drive. Legacy drove through whatever they needed to do and got my son's casket at the funeral house on time. Y'all don't hear me? And it was beautiful. Legacy talked to the funeral home and negotiated and brought that price down. The funeral home came to my house. My daughter and son didn't have to go into the funeral home because they laid me down, I'll be honest with you. But they didn't have to worry about going to the funeral home. The funeral director came to our house. That's how legacy works, you guys. It's there to help you, your family. Because when you're gone, guess what? Your family still have to take care of that obligations. All of those responsibilities. There's over 125 things a family has to do when a person dies.
Yes.
Y'all don't hear me. 125 things. And if you don't think about it, start just jotting it down. But again, don't let this pass you by without knowing that you are protected, that your family is protected. Legacy is a part of your life. Couples coming together as one. Sisters coming together, helping others. We are a people helping people business, you guys. And we're there to be able to do whatever it takes, because our love is not to take your money, but to help you save money.
Yes,
we talking about 30 to 80% on your funeral. We talking about coming on to saying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on your merchandise. If you've never done a funeral home, I'll guarantee.
And as you were talking, Mr. Lewis, it's premium. I mean, legacy is a premium service that is provided
for little or nothing.
For little of nothing.
Angela, if you don't mind, I'd like to kind of piggyback on what she said. That raw passion that she just displayed is what we go out in the field with. Veronica was talking about its ministry. Literally, we're sowing seeds into the community every time we come in touch with somebody. Now, one thing my grandfather told all of his grandkids, they had over 30 grandkids. The sons would talk with them. We would have a fishing day with my grandfather. And one of the things he would always stress to us was protect your family. And he didn't just mean physically, he meant protect your family. And he showed us how to set up an account for this and how to do this and how to do that. And one of those things he would always stress is make sure that your insurance is in place. Now, bless his heart, he meant car insurance, he meant house insurance, and he meant life insurance.
Absolutely.
And so a part of protecting our households, protecting our community, protecting our families, making sure that this is in place. And so I love it because, oftentimes we come across people that already have insurance. And I always tell them, man, I commend you. Now let's make that policy and what you've already done, do what you actually designed it to do. When you put that policy in mind, you wanted to leave something for the people that were left here.
Right.
Well, this policy helps make sure that happens, right? Because this policy is strictly focused on making sure that any final expenses that you have, final expense, any final expenses that you have are covered under that with that particular money. And so anything left over, that's just icing on the cake. But you made a decision, and that decision that you made about the about the policy initially now can actually do what you wanted it to do in the first place.
Yes.
But that raw passion, I had to say something that she had.
I know.
The same passion that we walk through these communities with. And to be very frank and honest, I love servicing our community.
Yes.
That passion, but also that education that Veronica talked about. I love going into a place where somebody tell me, well, I don't have enough money. Well, let's sit down and think about it. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. Because I'm sure I have something that you can afford. Well, I can just save my money. Yeah, you could do that. But let me show you how you can do both at the same time. We can put this whole life policy in place, and God forbid if something happens, you have to go back into that. It becomes a savings account. You can pull money from that and take care of your situation and make sure that you put it back and you still have that taken care of. There's so many benefits that are available, and that's why we are so passionate about servicing the community.
Yeah. And you educating, and you helping them to see from a different perspective. Going back to the Collins, Mr. Collins talked about the mind. That there has to be a paradigm shift. There has to be a shift in our mindset to prioritize the things that are important. And as you said, Mr. Lord said, budget. You put it in your budget. Well, what is it in your budget that you really can take out that you really don't need? You really don't need. You're giving your money away to AT&T. You're giving it away, to the restaurant. The list goes on and on and on. You're giving it away to the retailers. Are you a consumer? Or are you an investor?
Wow.
So you have to invest within yourself and within your family. I mean, we cannot stress this enough, how important and how vital this is. And Miss Dolores, she was on fire. I know the enemy was mad because of that fire. And I want to go back to even what Miss Veronica was saying about this is ministry.
Yes, it is.
What we're doing here today, this is ministry because God put this in my heart, community connections. God gave me that name. I didn't even know that was just something even you all, what you will be saying here today. But it's marketplace. It's marketplace. And we have to learn how to bring in ministry with our business and the marketplace. We have to see the value in everything and see that what God has given us in business, what He has given us, these tools, these resources, this is still ministry because it's touching lives, it's changing lives, and it's reaching down deep into the core. Because going back to you, Apostle Charles, y'all got me stirred. So what you were saying about your family, your legacy, your grandfather, your parents, they were people of integrity. That's how my grandparents were. They believed in keeping those insurance policies paid up. Because why? They did not want to see their family suffer when they were gone. And all we had to do was walk in the funeral home, things are taken care of. I tell you, if that wasn't some of the best arrangements that we had ever done, when our grandparents, my grandparents passed away, and I tell you, it's like a sigh of relief. You're already dealing with grief. You're already heavy enough, but not to have to deal with a financial grief is so key for a family.
Absolutely.
That's losing.
And sometimes that's harder than losing your loved one because you're trying to figure out how you're gonna pay for to bury.
Absolutely. GoFundMe would even come into the picture. Audience people, if you have legacy, you have to entertain.
Angela. We're talking about economics. Dr. King didn't die for anything other than him wanting economic equality. One of the biggest wealth gaps in this country comes because certain groups of people have life insurance. Right. And they have those policies in place. And we're talking about education now. Our community has the access to that. We have the access to that. And so not only is it taking care of or being prepared for what is to come, it can also be a benefit for now.
Yes.
And so we talk about the wealth gap. We talk about all these different things and how some economic disparities and those different things.
Right.
I was talking to a young lady and she was telling me how another good, and I'll go back to her, but another example of just kind of pulling things together. Master P, how he started his record label because his grandfather passed. And the life insurance policy, money he got from that life insurance policy is what he used to start.
Come on.
And we know where he ended up. And I'm saying that because we have a jewel. Yeah. And that's why I get excited, because if we don't know, it's time for us to not only educate, but to mobilize, make that thing work, make it come alive. And so this young lady, she had she was telling me that her grandfather passed, and initially they started a GoFundMe. This was about 1.5 years ago. They started a GoFundMe, and they were doing all that because they weren't prepared for it.
Right.
Well, little did they know, 3 months later when they were cleaning out his house, this man had $150,000 policy that he never told anybody about.
Wow.
So they went from the trauma and the tragedy of having to not only deal with their loved one passing, but also the financial responsibility that came with it. And here comes God. Look, he was over prepared, because not what they did. What they did was they used that money to pay off his house and take care of the rest of the bills that they were still struggling with.
Yes.
And so it's one thing to be prepared, but it's another thing to change the dynamics or the trajectory of a family by being prepared. And that's what when we talk about education, when we talk about sowing those seeds in the community, we just want to let everybody know that we have something that we know can benefit not only you, but the entire family.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. I'm so glad you brought that out, because I had a friend that shared with me several years ago, as you all talked about, the passion is with our community. And she told me that some other communities, that's the way they didn't and just already were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. It was because their family member, whether it was their parents, their grandparents,
absolutely,
they got these policies.
Right.
Absolutely.
When they were healthy, when they were young and healthy, and you build generational wealth.
Yeah. There you go.
There
you go.
I mean, you just like everybody get $1 million, or and it builds up, and you got
absolutely.
That's it.
That's why the Bible tells us to leave.
Mind has to change. Our Bible tells us
to leave an inheritance for our children's children. So that means that my children are taken care of by my grandparents, and my children's children, my grandchildren, is who I want to leave another legacy there. So when they grow into, they can be what they need to be. And here's the thing, Dr. Collins, I'm just going to piggyback real quick on what you just said, because we have to understand that generational wealth starts somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I don't care if you get a small policy to start with, baby. Let's work with that. Let's work with what you can do right now. 5 years down the road, when 2 other grandchildren have been born, where we need it to be, and let's get these grandkids covered and taken care of. And those are the type of one of the things that our counterparts find, other communities find, is they don't look at the emotional part of it. They look at it as a business decision. In other words, is it going to hurt me or is it going to help me? I want to
protect my interests.
That's it. I want to grieve without the stress of how are we going to take care of this.
Right.
One minister said it like this: I don't want to fake at the funeral because I have to deal with what comes after. In other words, what he was simply saying is, look, let's get prepared now.
Right.
Let's do it before the event happens, because we know it's coming. And it was just so powerful how he said it. Look, I don't want to fake now at the funeral. We're supposed to be celebrating. We can't celebrate because we faking, because our mind is on what comes after.
Right.
Yes.
Dr. Dolores said that there's 125 decisions that are associated with every life event. Every time somebody passes away, 125. And bless the Lord. I've been involved in quite a few. But can you just imagine stress and the strain of losing a family member? You still got to go through all the decisions that need to be made.
Oh yeah, trust me.
That's the beauty of legacy is they take it off the table. Look, it's done. This is what they want. We're gonna go in and we're gonna negotiate the best pricing, and then we're gonna move forward. I think it was powerful that that Dolores said that the funeral home actually came to them.
Yeah.
That's different than the process that they used to. Normally, you go into them, you going into their territory, you going over there to deal with them on their field. It's different. It's so much different. So much different.
That's why it's such a premium product.
There you go.
But and that is some of the things that set Legacy apart.
Right.
It's truly a flagship product.
Yeah, it is. And then I'd like to say, just to interject this with the family, huh? Oh, I'm gonna look at it. If you start your child off in a policy where they're bored, you have something to give them. When in our community, when you're 18, you go to college. So it was when I was coming along. You go to college or you get a job, or you got to get out. And there was, so you took the college route, or the job route, because you didn't want to get put out. But there was nothing to give me other than, well, back when I graduated, there wasn't no graduation parties and all of that. They were just happy you got out. But I mean, I never had children, but I think it's a great thing to do to invest in your child's life when they're young with an insurance policy, because it builds wealth. It builds wealth. Give it to your child when they're 18 years old or 21 years old. Teach them to be financially responsible so that when the money is at their disposal, they don't go and, spend it all at turkey leg cut.
Right. Oh my goodness. There's so much good nuggets in here today. I hope people that you are taking, not only just taking this in, but I keep hearing the word resounding, and it is a prophetic word, Apostle Charles, that now. It's just a three-letter word. So they're speaking to someone today that you need to take action now. You need to prepare now.
Because tomorrow is not promised.
It is not.
Actually, the rest of this day is not promised.
Come on,
because we have no power over life and death. People speak theoretically, where the scripture says we have power over life and death, where we can destroy one another with this tongue. But as far as your breath and your life, God, that's all that God's hands.
That belongs to Him.
It's all in His hands. And so I when I got older, I always had life insurance, but life happens, and you have to let things go. But when I started getting in these latter years of my life, I was like,
absolutely.
I am not leaving this on my family if I have to pick up cans to pay my insurance every month.
Yeah, that's how important it is. That is absolutely how important it is.
Yeah.
And when Mr. Dolores presented this to me over a year ago, I was like, this is a no-brainer. Sign me up. And then I went on to tell my family, so, and still working on some of them too.
Yeah, so right. We understand, trust me. We we have family members, and my wife is trying to pinch my leg. But I mean, truth is the truth. Some people, they'll wait and they won't do. Some people will support you. Some people won't. And I'll say that to people who are in the business. Don't worry about your family members that don't support you, because I got 100 other folk out there that will.
Yeah.
And,
got people that not
and they're going to come at the right time.
That's it.
And just to add to that, what you guys saying, keep in mind, whoever's listening, it doesn't matter how many insurance policies you have. The more, the merrier. Our job is to help protect your insurance policy.
There you go.
We're dealing with a final expense on the burial, on small medical bills, because you want to leave, like everybody said, a legacy. You don't want them to touch that until they got together as a family and distributed it among the family, not anywhere else. I don't want to call them names, but not anywhere else. We just want to make sure that that y'all are taken care of with our policy. And it's a small policy. You can qualify up to 30,000. You just call us. We want everybody to give your number again, and we're going to close out on saying this. Why is it important to recruit? I want everybody, y'all tell us why it's important to recruit. Collins, give your number and tell us why it's important for us to recruit.
Our number is 281-995-5026. The reason you want to recruit is because you want to have over 100 writing agents in your agency so that you can be referred to as a business. Because if you don't have 100 writing agents in your agency, you just have a small, what did they say this morning? You just working for yourself. They said that on the call this morning.
Okay, and I want to tag in one of the reasons that you want to be in this business is that you're going to be out there helping other people.
Yes.
Once you become an agent in our agencies, our various group agencies that we have, we're going to teach you how to make the money. But the number one thing is helping people.
Yes.
If you help enough people, the money will follow. So we're not trying to say we trying to get all these people so we can make some money. No, right. We're trying to get all these people because it's the smaller amount of us than the large amount of people that need our help. It's a lot of people that need our help, and we can't get them all by ourselves. So we need some other people to come aboard so that we can help other people. Mm-hmm. I can't see. It's what, 2-3 million people in it. I can't see all these people. Right. Apostle Charles, Dolores, we can't see all these people. Right. We need more people so we can get out there and minister and help other people. Protect their families. Stop this GoFundMe on Facebook. When I see it, I just get heartbroken because, especially when they're doing it because of a burial. That didn't have to happen. Now, it could be for other reasons, but it didn't have to happen if you could only get a small policy. We're not telling you that you got to pay hundreds of dollars a month. We want to match your budget. What's in your budget today? That's what we want to know. If you got it in your budget and you can afford to put it in your budget to pay it every month, we can make it happen with a policy. We can show you how that can happen. Is that right, team? We can show them how that can happen.
All right. Apostle, your number and why to recruit.
My number again is 832-741-5150. And why recruit? Because as Veronica has already said, as Dr. Collins has already said, if I could touch everybody, I would. But even Jesus chose 12 because he knew that the word had to get out. Come on. And so I can't touch everybody. I can put the megaphone to my face or to my mouth and still only reach so many people. So I need people on my team. I need people that are like-minded, that understand, that see that this is a benefit to the community. Here's one piece to investing and budgeting. When the product that you're looking at outweighs the cost. When the product that you look at outweighs the cost, you never talk about money again because I see the value in what I'm getting. You see what I'm saying? And so we want to have as many people as we possibly can to see the value in the product. And so once people see the value in the product, everything else gonna take care of itself. But again, I can only reach so many people, and so I need a bigger megaphone. You know, I need other people with a megaphone that's screaming and saying the same thing.
Absolutely.
All right. Speaking of that megaphone, Thank y'all, the Collins Apostle.
Thank you, Angela Hayes.
Oh, thank y'all.
Thank you again, Angela.
So much.
And I say ditto, ditto, ditto. And the reason I'm saying that, everything they said is what I was going to say. But I want to tell you, my number again is 832-949-5818. And the reason I'm saying that, we have an event. Please pull out your pen and paper at the Hilton West Chase at 9999 Westheimer. Saturday, July 17th at 10 o'clock. And we want you to come at 9 o'clock because you might get a little treat of coffee and donuts. So y'all but anyway, come out and meet us. We want to greet you. We want to fellowship with you. We want to tell you the importance of why go out. Like you say, we can't reach everybody. Mm-hmm. We need your help just like you need our help. Right. So I want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Angela, thank you for having us on this program. Thank you to Collins. Thank you, Apostle Charles. We couldn't have done it without you guys. We love you. Thank you again. I'll turn it back into Sister Miss Hazel, Angela's hand.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, this has been an awesome session and a time of empowerment, education, all that. So again, everyone, I say to the audience, thank you for joining. If you have any questions, please reach out. We've put the names and numbers in the feed. Please reach out to anyone here on the Quiet Storm group, and they can get your questions answered. But it's good to ask questions, but let's take some action behind the questions. Yes. Let's take some actions behind the knowledge that we receive. And that's what wisdom is. When you have gained knowledge, then you know how to make application to what you've learned. And today here, each and every one of them have shared some valuable information. And I just want to thank those who have joined this broadcast of Community Connections, an extension here of Unique Foundations, where we educate, enrich, and empower individuals on their life journey of purpose. You can continue to follow us here at this page. You can send me a personal friend request at my personal Facebook page, Angela Hayes. You can also follow me on Twitter. And for those professionals, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Please continue to connect and continue to reach out and make a change, make a difference in your life. Your family would absolutely appreciate it that you have taken the necessary steps to protect and safeguard you and your family. Even though, and I just want to add this plug, even I put this in place for my life. And even though when that time does happen, when I think about it, I get excited about it because I know that my family will not have to worry about a thing. So let's just make our families worry free and put this policy and these policies in place. Share this broadcast with your friends, your families, and even if you have any enemies, share this with them, your business partners, constituents, your church, your ministry. Share. And again, like and subscribe us on YouTube as well. And again, a special thank you to the Collins Group for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Coming back again and joining us on this platform. And of course, Ms. Dolores, we thank you all, the Quiet Storm Group, for doing the job that you're doing in the community and for going out into the highways and the hedges and compelling them to come. God bless each and every one again on this broadcast that have joined, and those of you that will see this video at a later date. We love you and we appreciate you. God bless and stay safe.
Thank you.
Great night, guys.
Love you.
Good night, everyone.
Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, give us a call.
I want to come back.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about insurance. I want to talk about some community stuff.
Okay, we can do that. The Collins Group. We can just feature the Collins Group. Pastor Charles, we still got to connect. You and your wife, we will do that. We're doing that in 2021.
Oh, we could do a couples thing because we know them.
Yeah, we sure can.
That would be great.
Let's do it.
I mean,
Let's make it
I have my
happen.
email and my contact. If not, Ms. Dolores has it, so we'll get it all set up, and we're gonna go with it. We going
Hey,
in. All right.
also,
Thank y'all so much. It's
I
nice to meet
enjoy
you.
this. You know, I like being on the forums and talking.